So Kim Porter's alleged friend has come out and said some real chilling stories about what Diddy used to do to Kim Porter involving Cassie, and we're going to get into it. And yes, I am mentally exhausted along with emotionally, but bear with me. Cola both states that what we saw in that video has nothing on what Kim had to endure, and I would not compare things, but I would say they both had their share. She said she will never forget the time Diddy tried to make Kim Porter lick Cassie's personal thing that goes up her body, always using Kim's race to put her down. I really wish the worst on this man. I do. She said, you guys don't know half of what women go through with famous and powerful men. Be the rappers and be the Bin Ladens, be the actors. You'll have no idea. And I agree, we don't. She says a rich black woman don't suddenly just, get unalive from pneumonia at 47, locked away from the world instead of receiving medical care at a hospital. That makes pretty much no family to protect. Cola believes that we're not being told the full story about how Kim Porter actually passed. She goes on to tell a chilling story one time where Diddy barged into the bedroom and told Kim Porter to get out the bed so Cassie could lay in there. What? You woke Kim out her sleep to remove her from the bed that y'all sleep in so Cassie could sleep in it?
Cassie recently addressed allegations surrounding Sean Diddy Combs, bringing attention to his alleged involvement in the death of his ex-girlfriend Kim Porter. These allegations suggest a complex and potentially sinister connection between Diddy and the tragic passing of Porter in 2018. Cassie, a former protege and romantic partner of Diddy, hinted at undisclosed details that might link him to Porter's untimely demise. The public and media are closely scrutinizing these claims, with fans and critics alike seeking the truth behind the tragic event and Diddy's possible role in it. Gene Deal, a former bodyguard of Diddy, has spoken out about the alleged mistreatment of Cassie and Kim Porter by Diddy. According to Deal, both women endured similar patterns of mistreating and control at the hands of the music mogul. He claims that Diddy's manipulative and harmful behavior towards them reflects a disturbing pattern, highlighting the toxic environment both Cassie and Porter faced. Deal's revelations have intensified the scrutiny on Diddy's actions, drawing attention to the darker aspects of his relationships and raising questions about his role in the suffering and tragic fate of Kim Porter.
I didn't know her, but I knew somebody like her, and that was Kim Porter. I didn't know Cassie, but I knew somebody who was going through the same thing she was going through, and that was Kim Porter. So people ask me, and they send me clips of Cassie, I guess it's an affidavit to the courts, of what she experienced. And it's like, it was the same thing Kim was going through. The same thing, bro. Kim was going through the same thing. The beatings, you know what I'm saying? Like I said before, and now, I could say one time when I know Kim had defended herself, and I told people this, and now everybody, after Cassie report comes out, everybody want to show the picture now. You see a picture on the internet going with Puff, right hand is in a bandage. That's the night I was called by Paul to meet him over at St. Luke's Hospital. He had a white t-shirt wrapped around his wrist, because Kim had took the cork, where you open up wine, the corkscrew. She took the corkscrew and caught him on his wrist, defending himself, and he almost, I know he tore some ligaments, but he almost hit an artery or came close to the artery, or either scratched it or cut it a little bit, because he just kept bleeding. And from that point on, he was hooked. That's when I knew when they was talking about people getting addicted and hooked on pain medicines?
Jaguar Wright has openly discussed the circumstances surrounding Kim Porter's death and the case involving Cassie and Diddy. She has raised provocative questions and made pointed comments regarding these situations, particularly scrutinizing Diddy's role and the complexities of his relationships with both women. Wright's commentary has added to the public discourse on these matters, bringing attention to the emotional and legal implications surrounding Porter's tragic passing and the allegations involving Diddy and Cassie.
Kim is dead. Heavy D is dead. Andre Harrell is dead. The only two left are Puffy and Al almost died. Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting.
Heavy D was found dead, face down in the heart attack. Andre Harrell, heart attack. Kim died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said that she died. It was ruled a homicide, and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. You know, they have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms. And then right after that, Al had a meeting, and I was gonna meet up with him because we were in Vegas, and then the next thing you know, you wanna know what they all had in common though? The survivors and the late of Uptown Records, they were all writing tell-all books. Mm-hmm. Andre was writing a book right before he died. Heavy D was working on a book before he died. Kim Porter was working on a book before she died. And Al B. Sure was working on the documentary of his life. And then he goes into a coma. Has Puffy ever been in a coma?
She-Baby and Michael Bolson have both publicly stated that Diddy is facing significant consequences for his alleged actions. She-Baby declared that Diddy is finished, suggesting that the mounting allegations and public scrutiny are irreparably damaging his career and reputation. Meanwhile, Michael Bolson has corroborated these sentiments, asserting that the allegations against Diddy are true.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that this morning, man. Okay, so Michael Blackson's saying pretty much, I mean, in so many words, Diddy is finished, man. Yeah. Tell a nigga to pack it up and go to another country, that's nasty work. That's a fact. Yeah, Michael Blackson is wild. Now, sex trafficking. I agree with Michael Blackson. Diddy don't need no money to be people paying him to have sex with females. Picture Diddy as like crackhead money for Diddy. Shit, baby. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with Michael Blackson, man. You know, it's something else that, you know, maybe the nigga had a sickness, you know. But I'm gonna tell you, what he's telling him to go ahead and do, sell bean pies and do all this nonsense, this is crazy. He told Diddy to go back and sell bean pies like the 90s.
Cassie has recounted a disturbing incident involving Diddy, where he allegedly chased her down a hotel hallway while only wearing a towel. This episode is part of a broader narrative Cassie has shared about the cruel and controlling behavior she experienced during their relationship. Such incidents paint a troubling picture of Diddy's conduct and have contributed to the increasing scrutiny and criticism he faces.
So to the people who didn't believe Cassie before, how are you feeling right now? Because I always believed her. I believed her when she put out the lawsuit. I believed her when I read those court documents. And I even for sure believed her when he settled for $30 million just 24 hours after the lawsuit became public. What feels like a movie after watching that video was her reality. Her having to run from a monster and getting this close to freedom after waiting for him to, what she thought, fall asleep, just for him to wake up, run after her in a towel, and do what he did to her. The worst possible thing. And that's just a fraction of what was her reality. I think everyone who didn't believe her owes her an apology because you are disgusting, and her death needs to be looked into, because if this is what Cassie dealt with, what do you think Kim Porter dealt with?
Speculation surrounding Kim Porter's death has included allegations that Diddy may have been involved in poisoning her, causing symptoms resembling pneumonia. These claims suggest that the substance allegedly administered to Porter led to her sudden and tragic demise in 2018. While her death was officially attributed to lobar pneumonia, these allegations have fueled conspiracy theories and intensified scrutiny on Diddy.
P. Diddy's ex, Kim Porter, mysteriously died in 2018 from natural causes at 47. Kim Porter is the mother of their two twins, and she was in a relationship with P. Diddy for roughly 13 years. P. Diddy wanted custody of their kids, and she was planning on releasing a tell-all book if he tried. In the book, Kim approached the man who discovered P. Diddy, Andre Harrell, to ask if he had an intimate relationship with Diddy. She was disappointed when Andre denied it because she had security footage of them together. Kim had footage of Diddy with multiple other men, including Usher. P. Diddy would make Kim use a strap-on to please him. Kim's family allegedly was going to file a wrongful death lawsuit because there was blood located on her pillowcase, as well as a trail of blood in the bathroom. Kim's first autopsy suspected foul play from the amount of toxins found in her body. Kim's last phone call was allegedly to 911 at 2:43 a.m. before she was found dead the next day at 11 a.m. Things definitely don't add up because
Cassie's husband, Alex Fine, has addressed the controversial video involving Cassie and Diddy. In his statements, Alex expressed support for his wife while condemning Diddy's past behavior. He highlighted the challenges Cassie faced during her relationship with Diddy, emphasizing the emotional and psychological impact it had on her. Alex's public comments have added another layer to the discourse surrounding Diddy's treatment of Cassie, underlining the importance of speaking out against cruel behavior and standing by survivors of such experiences.
After CNN released the surveillance footage of Diddy physically attacking Cassie in 2016, some celebrities have spoken out in support of Cassie, including her husband, Alex. Alex had made this post. His post read, "A letter to women and children. Men who hit women are not men. Men who enable it and protect those people aren't men. As men, violence against women shouldn't be inevitable. Check your brothers, your friends, and your family. Our daughters, sisters, mothers, and wives should feel protected and loved. Hold the women in your life with the utmost regard. Men who hurt women hate women. To all the survivors, find the men and women who help and love. To all the survivors, your stories are real, and people believe you. To all the survivors, you're not alone, and there are men and women who care only for your well-being and safety. I want to raise daughters in a world where they are safe and loved. And to the abusers, you're done. You're not safe anymore. You're not protected anymore. The men by your side are just as weak. You're so miserable with yourself that death would be considered a kindness." And his caption says, "Wrote this a while back, but words ring true not just today, but every day. I want my kids and every kid to live in a world that's safe for women and girls, protects them, and treats them as equals. To the women and children, you're not alone, and you are heard." I cannot imagine how Alex, Cassie's current loving husband, father to her children, felt while watching this footage. This disturbing, disgusting footage.
During her relationship with Diddy, Cassie was reportedly seen with bruises on her body, raising concerns about possible physical mistreatment. These observations have fueled allegations of a toxic and cruel dynamic between the two, suggesting that Cassie endured not only emotional and psychological distress, but also potential physical harm. The visible bruises have become part of the broader narrative of Diddy's alleged mistreatment of Cassie, prompting further scrutiny and calls for accountability. These troubling signs underscore the importance of addressing and condemning mistreating in relationships, particularly within the influential circles of the entertainment industry.
Recently, we talked about how just a couple days after Cassie was brutally attacked in the hotel by P. Diddy, she had to be on the red carpet for a movie premiere, and her bruises from said attack were still visible on her body. But this was not a one-time thing. Cassie could regularly be seen with bruises on her body throughout her entire relationship with P. Diddy. Here's a photo of P. Diddy and Cassie, and you can very clearly see bruising on Cassie's legs, and this was not long after she was attacked by Diddy. Here it is a little closer. As you can see, she has bruising all up and down her legs, and I think it's pretty obvious where that came from. Here's another older photo of Cassie, and as you can see, she has bruises all up and down her arm. And of course, there's this photo of Cassie that she posted on her Instagram that she said happened because she was in an ATV accident in Dubai, which definitely could have happened. I'm not saying an ATV accident did not happen, but I'm also saying that she was dating a literal monster whose ex-wife, Kim Porter, also had a just wild injury when she slipped and hit her face on a table in his yacht and broke her nose back in the day. But who knows?
Before the untimely death of Kim Porter, reportedly posted numerous messages and content that seemed to expose Diddy and his behavior. These posts, shared across social media and other platforms, hinted at troubling aspects of their relationship and possibly revealed insights into the struggles she faced. This pattern of communication has led many to speculate that Porter was attempting to bring attention to the darker side of her life with Diddy.
Now, I specifically remember when she died. When it came out that she died, she was posting a lot. She was posting a lot of like controversial stuff about Diddy. I remember following her strictly because of the things that she was posting. And then TMZ broke the news that it was like they got the audio of a phone call she had made. And it was another celebrity. I can't remember who it was, but she made a phone call and she basically said he finally did it. And someone else jumped onto it and provided us with the background information that Kimora had always been, her and her friends had always been warning Kim about Diddy and about the fact that this man knew how to people without, like literally within a drop of a dime, and making it look like it was an accident, like a heart attack. So then more news came out that he may have used something that won't show up in your system if it's being used by traditional methods in American medicine. Basically, you'd have to run a specialized toxology report in order for this particular thing. You know, it was a whole movie about it. It rhymes with shmela. It grows as a plant, and it's used. It's been used since the 16th century. It's a particular plant. It's well known, and it's like, what is it called? It's like the wives' plant. Like when a wife got tired of her husband.
Cassie has made allegations that Diddy pressured her into undergoing cosmetic procedures, such as breast augmentation, and engaging in other activities that made her uncomfortable. These claims are part of a larger narrative of control and manipulation that Cassie has described, painting a troubling picture of her relationship with Diddy. Such coercion and forced alterations underscore the cruel dynamics Cassie has spoken about, highlighting the emotional and psychological toll it took on her.
She just went back. I didn't have that conversation of whether she was upset.
How long after the first breast job did she go back and get the second?
If I wanna, don't hold me to it. It was so long ago for that, but I would say a couple of weeks.
A couple of weeks later?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you described her at one point that she was almost like a crash dummy for Diddy, where he would just have her do stuff. And
yes. I felt that way because she was a child. She was a kid. She was manipulated, and she was with one of the most powerfulest men inside the business. And if anybody could get us somewhere, it would be Diddy. You know what I'm saying? So when we would be around her, he would say, yo, she's gonna blow up, she's gonna do this, she's gonna do that, yo, I need her to work with this person to that person. So he would put in the work as if he was trying to help her. But if you sat back and watched it, you would say, no, he's trying to control her.
Kim Porter and Cassie shared a unique bond, united by their experiences with Diddy. Both women, having faced similar patterns of control and mistreating, found solace and strength in their friendship. Their relationship was characterized by mutual support and a shared determination to expose the truth about Diddy's manipulative behavior. They confided in each other and collaborated to bring attention to the emotional and psychological toll they endured.
Hey, Diddy! Shot in the corner! your left. Sean, everybody this way. Sean, you're the best, doggy. Sean. We're the t-shirts, man. Sean, I'll let you left, bro. Hey, yo. I know Tino out of Cassie. Let me get solo. Cassie and Porter.
Sean Diddy Combs, known for his influential role in the music industry, has also earned the nickname Hitman, which, in light of recent allegations, carries a darker connotation. Originally signifying his ability to produce chart-topping hits, this moniker now seems to align disturbingly with accusations surrounding his behavior. Allegations of mistreating and control from Cassie, along with suspicions about Kim Porter's death, cast a shadow over his career.
Who came up with the name The Hitman?
That was a Puffy idea.
Okay.
Puffy ass Puff. That was his old. The whole Hitman was his old idea.
Just to create an in-house production team that just kind of curated a sound that was Bad Boy.
That was all his idea. The genius behind his idea is that he took the Bad News Bears to do it.
What do you mean?
We weren't the best qualified in 95, 96. You know the producers that was rocking in 95,
Come on,
96.
Timberland.
Come on, Primo
Rock.
Come on. Large P.
Q-Tip.
Havoc.
Come on.
You know,
Dr. Dre.
and all of them. Jermaine Dupri and all these dudes.
Oh, my God.
Beat Miners, all that stuff.
He picked D. Angeletti, Nasheem, Ron, and Stevie.
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
Who? What? What? Who?
But that was genius.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
He was in his genius. He picked the Bad News Bears.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.